Hello, Thrifty music collectors. Those of you in the VCVKCC, and especially those of you in the Facebook group Thrifty Music Collectors. I'm Tim. This is on Monday, and this is another episode of Tim's Thrifty Music. Welcome to the music show, and yes, I did say CC because I did finally have a chance to unpack my cassettes over this past weekend, and I did listen to some cassettes. I'll show you those after I showed my vinyl. Just to let you know, I did complete my classes for this quarter this past week. I had a couple of finals on Friday. So this weekend was, I had time to relax, no classes. I wasn't on the online much either over the weekend. It was more relaxing, watching TV, doing some other work like unpacking some stuff. Like I said, I unpacked my cassettes and a few other things. Watched some TV, did some recreational reading, as I call it. I was just randomly pulling some stuff off of Project Gutenberg on my tablet and reading it. It's all fiction, nothing like for school or anything like that. And it's just pretty much relaxing all weekend. And also, I was listening to music during the time, but I just wasn't really getting online much on Facebook or anything. With that said, I'll start showing the music I've been listening to, starting with the vinyl, of course. So first off, showing some Three Dog Night, suitable for framing. This one, if I remember, I think this one's from 1969. I can't quite remember. Yeah, this one is from '69. It has Eli's Coming on it, and Easy to Be Hard. And Celebrate. A couple that other good ones on here has a song Feeling Alright on it. Of course, it was written by Dave Mason. You know, he was like in Traffic and the solo stuff. And Joe Cocker had a hit with the song Feeling Alright on it. With the song Feeling Alright. And he also does a cover of Elton John and Bernie Taupin's song Lady Samantha, which is a song that I really like. This one I kept keeping a polycover because after the series of moves, it's this cover came off because it was just perforated. It's Three Dog Night. Naturally, see, there's two covers pretty much on it, and it's from 1970. It has like one man band on it. Trying to you see all of them on here. I can't really read it too well now. I don't have enough light on in here. Let me increase the brightness on my computer. That will help me out some too, because it gives me a little more light. But it's a good album. Take my word for it. Okay, here's here's Bette Midler, Live at Last. This is a live album of hers. Well, both of the Three Dog Nights are on Dunhill, I should say that. This is Bette Midler, a two album live set on Atlantic from 1977. I'm not a big Bette Miller fan, but it has a lot for uh, some for bigger hits on it. I have this, and also I've shown the rolls. Those are enough of hers. That's enough of her stuff for me. Next up is Ronnie Milsap's Greatest Hits Volume 2. This is an RCA from 1985. Tassus Hits She keeps the home fires burning, and there's no getting over me. And I wouldn't have missed it for the world. And Stranger in My House. This is mainly a lot of his hits from the early 80s, which I like. I can tell people I like classic country, like from the 60s, 70s, and 80s, especially the earlier 80s. But I do like country from the later 80s also. Okay, next up is Missing Persons, Spring Session M. This is on Capitol from. Remember it's Capitol that it's on. Yeah, it's Capitol. Trying to see. The only problem is with Capitol, they do the printing so small for trying to see the year. Especially with my eyesight. Well, I know it's from the 80s, if I remember it, it's from the 80s. It's the song that I remember it on. This one is Walking in LA, and I know a lot of people like the song words on it. This one also. Next up are a couple from the 60s. I can't quite remember the years. Both are on Cap Records. First one is the Chad Mitchell Trio. Oh, it got a little too bright here. There's too much glare from my laptop here. Okay, the Chad Mitchell Trio, Mighty Day on Campus. It's just some good live folk music here. And the other one is the Chad Mitchell Trio at the Bitter End. Like I said, it's good folk music. And the next one is one that a lot of people like, and I thoroughly enjoy it too. It's Joni Mitchell, Ladies of the Canyon. It's trying to remember which label it's on. It's from 1970. Trying to remember. Guess I'll have to pull it out. Usually it says. Okay, it's Reprise Records from 1970. It's just a brown label, Reprise. And of course it has Big Yellow Taxi and Woodstock on it. And here's another Joni Mitchell album. This one's on Geffen Records from I know this. I'm going to have to turn on the light just a second. I'll be right back. (1982) it says. This is Wild Things Run Fast. It's a decent Joni Mitchell album. Later one of hers. I still like it. Not to get to some heavier stuff. Molly Hatchet, Flirting with Disaster. It's on Epic from I want to say 79. My eyes just don't think it that it's just too early in the morning for my eyes right now because yeah, it's 79. My eyes just aren't wanting to read the backs of the albums too well this morning. Of course, sometimes with the colors on the albums, that covers too. Of course, it has a song with Disaster on it, and Whiskey Man's on here, and Boogie No More. Okay, another Molly Hatchet, Take No Prisoners. This is from 81, also on Epic. This has Bloody Reunion on it, and they do cover Long Tall Sally. And those are the two big ones I remember on here. There's probably more, just that they're not jumping out at me at the moment. And then another Molly Hatchet, that The Deed Is Done. This is from 84 on Epic. Of course, this one has like Satisfied Man on it, and Good Smokin' Whiskey, I Ain't Got You, Heartbreak Radio, Stone in Your Heart. This one's a real good Molly Hatchet one. This is probably the first Molly Hatchet album I had bought. This one I had bought new, the others I had gotten used. Okay, now we're going to Eddie Money. This is Playing for Keeps. This is on CBS. This is a UK pressing from 1980. I don't really recognize any of the songs on here as hits, but it's just a good all-out album, this one here. And then another Eddie Money album. See, I've seen him in concert. It's been maybe 10 years ago, if even that time, at a county fair. It was around my wife's birthday that I took her there for her birthday present. And this is his album No Control from 82. This one has the hits No Shakin' and Think I'm in Love on it. And this is on Columbia. It's another good record all the way through it. Then we're jumping back to the 60s. I think this one, can't remember the exact year of this one. This is, of course, Mono. This is the Monkees, their first album. Of course, this one has the theme from the Monkees, and Last Train to Clarksville on it. Next one I have is the Headquarters. This one's from 67. This one's mono also. Of course, oh yeah, and all these Monkees ones are on Cold Gems. And I don't really recognize any of the songs on here as from the hits. They probably had some that were hits, but the one I don't really recognize. The ones that were hits, I'd have to look it up. And I don't want to do that at the moment during my videos. So, but it has still another good album. If I don't like the albums, I'd say so. But usually, I like most of my albums. Otherwise, I'd be getting rid of them. There's another good album that I like. It's another Monkees. It's one of my favorite. It's PC Sequoia's Capricorn and Jones Limited. This one's in stereo on Cold Gems. It's from 67 also. And this one has on What Am I Doing Hanging Around, which I really like on it, and Pleasant Valley Sunday. Yeah, so, and it's a pretty good album. Like I said, it's a stereo copy of it. Next up, okay, this is a promo copy. It's not a white label promo. You notice it's a pink label on here saying it, but also on the label on the album, it's not a white label promo, but it's a regular Warner Brothers label, but it's stamped across on the label saying promotional copy only, and not for sale. And of course, it's Montrose Paper Money. And of course, Sammy Hagar's on it. It's from 74. It's not their first one, but the song I like on this one is Space Age Sacrifice. But it's a good rocking album. Okay, here's another Montrose album. This is after Sammy Hagar left them. This is Jump on It. It's also on Warner Brothers. It's from 76. It's still a rocking album, but I like the ones with Sammy Hagar better. Then for some comedy. Two albums. It's Monty Python. At the front cover it says Monty Python's previous record. And like on the spine and on the label on the album itself it says another Python record. And it has stuff on here like it has the Spanish Inquisition and Spam and the killing of Mary Queen of Scots. And I just can't remember all of them on here, but it's just hilarious throughout the full album, both LPs. And it's from 76 on Kama Sutra. Of course, I like stuff on Kama Sutra and Buddha. Okay, like I said, it was finals on Friday. My classes were all online, and they took a while to do, especially the calculus. It took about all day Friday. Like I said, I can't have to have background music while studying. That other stuff was going on when I was doing my other stuff during the week. Well, during my calculus, I had to have music playing all day. I wasn't posting stuff because I was busy working on my homework while I'm showing what I was listening to. I had to be listening to my favorite group. That group is the Moody Blues, showing what I was listening to. Days of Future Past. Of course, this is Sandarum. From 67. Of course, this one has it's the one with Knights in White Satin on it. And of course, Forever Afternoon Tuesday. No, Tuesday Afternoon. And to our children's children. This is on Threshold. Seeing if this shows year on it. I don't have all the years memorized on these. My memory's not as good as it used to be. No, this doesn't show a year on it. Sorry about that. But this has like iron tire on it and dies of a child. And watching and waiting. It's another just like all of these Moody Blues are good albums in my opinion. Of course, I'm a big Moody Blues fan. I don't care if it's 60s, 70s, 80s. I like all of them. Next one, Every Good Boy Deserves Favor. This is on Threshold. Seeing if this one shows a year. Let's see a year. Oh, this is from 71. This one has The Story in Your Eyes and Demi's song. Which are two excellent songs on it. Okay, this one's a compilation. Let me get it better. It's that's a 2 LP compilation. This is Moody Blues. It's pretty much very stuff from. You notice it shows stuff from their first 7 albums, pretty much, or their first 7 albums with Justin Hayward and John Lodge. It's a compilation of stuff from all their first 7 with them on it, which is makes it a pretty good compilation. Has stuff like Question, Eyes of a Child, Legend of a Mind, Lovely to See You, Isn't Life Strange, Ride My Seesaw, Tuesday Afternoon, New Horizons, I'm Just a Singer in a Rock and Roll Band, For My Lady, The Story in Your Eyes, Melancholy Man, Nights in White Satin are just some of them on there. This is on Threshold from 74. Okay, here, this is another 2 LP compilation. It's Moody Blues. It's early blues. It's from before Justin Hayward and John Lodge. This is from when Denny Lang was with them. Who Denny Lang later went on to become part of Hot Wings with Paul McCartney. But this is early stuff when they were actually did blues. This is the era where they did like Go Now. They hit Go Now. And this is mainly more blues on here. And they also do a cover of Time Is on My Side. This album is actually pretty good. If you can come across this one, I'd say buy it. I came across this several years ago at flea market. I paid more than what I usually pay for albums. I got this for $5, and I thoroughly enjoyed this one. It was all those Moody Blues that got me through all of my finals. Then I listened to a few more over the weekend. Next one is the Present. This is on making sure, because this shows a few different things here. I'm making sure which label it's actually on. Okay, it's Threshold. It's a present. It's on Threshold because when you get to the 80s, uh, that's when labels started consolidating more. And this is from 1985. Of course, this is album is one that has Sitting at the Wheel on it. It also has Blue World on it that I like, and I like Running Water off of here. I also have this one on CD. Okay, here's another Moody Blues, that Octave. It's making sure what this one is, because this is just showing London. Yep, this is on London, not the Threshold label, which is the Moody Blues label, but on the regular London. See, Threshold was a subsidiary of London. But this is from 1978. And this one, the big hit out, this one was Stepping in the Slidestone, and also Driftwood is on this one. It's a pretty good album. They had taken a hiatus for a while before this one, and some of them had done some solo work and stuff. See, Mike Pinder had left before this album, that keyboardist. And I have to check one thing on here. Oh wait, no, Mike Pinder is on this one. My mistake. I thought he had left before this one, but it shows that he is on here. Must have left just right after that one. Okay, and the last album I listened to is Voices in the Sky. This is a compilation. It's also subtitled The Best of the Moody Blues. It's from 85. It's checking to see, try to sing like that guy, and Polygram. So I'm just checking, seeing what it says here on the label. Okay, it's Threshold. But on this album it has so it has a lot of their hits like The Voice, Question. And here they do have Veteran Cosmic Rocker, which you don't see on too many compilations. Isn't Life Strange, Nights in the White Satin, Ride My Seesaw, Driftwood, Sitting at the Wheel, I'm Just a Singer in a Rock and Roll Band, and then around my favorite Moody Blues song, Gemini Dream. That's how the vinyl I listened to over the week. See, I was sick at some during the week and busy with some other stuff too. Now for like I said, I unpacked cassettes. The first cassette I listened to is this one. I don't know what happened to the case, but it's one I threw on to make sure I got everything was working right, because I unpacked one of my tape decks too. And that's Fleetwood Mac, Tusk. Of course, it has a song Tusk on it that everybody knows so well. I've heard so well. And Sarah. Of course, in vinyl, this was a double album. I saw them on this tour back in 1980. Then I listened to this compilation. It's from '79 on Rhino. It's Love, the Best of Love. It has like a little red book and interesting cover of Hey Joe and Alone Again or. Overall, it's a good tape. Okay, here's Johnny Winter, second winner, and this one he does cover of Johnny Be Good. And this tape is just a good all out rock and blues. Oh, I should say, okay, the Fleetwood Mac Tusk is on Warner Brothers. The Love One I said was on Rhino. The Johnny Winters is on Columbia. That's from the case isn't in pretty poor shape on here. Not seeing the year right now on it. The Fleetwood Mac's from I think around 79, 80. 79. The Coverdale page is on Geffen. I can't read the year too well. I know it's from the 80s. And the last tape I listened to is, you can't see it right on here. It's Jeff Beck's Guitar Shop with Terry Bazio and Tony Hymas. See, I'll show you the spine. And it's from my eyes are getting, I think I need to get my eyes checked again. It's on Epic. I think it says 89. Well, like that. Well, that's all the cassettes I've listened to. Next week I'll have listened to more cassettes. But that's all I have for this week. Until next time, take it easy and keep on rocking.